Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a filthy bathroom in this week's video. I've got gone yellow paint that should be white. I've got a mouldy seal of lots of clutter, but I think I have a nice before and after. I'm gonna get straight into the video, straight in, no messing. Here is how I took my bathroom from untidy, messy, unkempt, dirty into calm, pretty, little at-home oasis. So here is my before, please do not judge. So it doesn't look, I suppose, too bad, but we've got discoloured paint. So I've got white paint that went yellow. I've got a cabinet that's a bit mucky looking, full of clutter, and I have like mouldy seal in the bathtub. I've got some of the ceiling on the glass has gone yellow. It's just like not cute. So I'm gonna start by doing the bathtub actually and just removing everything out, taking everything off the shelves, and I need to get practical with my storage and what exactly it needs to be functional. At the moment it's not functioning. To prep my bathtub to reseal the sealant, I am removing it all off with a blade. So I'm just doing a cut on the top, the bottom, pulling it out, and then I'm just using the blade to remove any of the smaller pieces of sealant. You need to get off as much as you possibly can. You can't apply new sealer over old sealer, and it's really important to get a proper seal because the last thing you want is a leak. So a shower or a bath that is not properly sealed can cause a leak and damage. So make sure if you're gonna do this, do it proper. It is a perfect like DIY job, but if you're not feeling confident, then you can maybe pay for this to be done. But this is my second time to do mine. The first time I don't think I used the right sealer, and I think that's why it went mouldy quite quickly, because I sealed it about 3 years ago. So I'm just prepping my sealer. Now you'll see that I had a little nozzle. This is a gadget that I seen on a Pinterest ad, and I don't recommend it. I recommend just cutting the tip at a 45-degree angle. I did try using one of these nozzles. It's supposed to make it go on easier. It was a disaster. I don't recommend it. But don't worry if you like put it on and it's like a bit wobbly, because you can fix it with some washing up liquid and water solution and just use your finger to tidy it up, and that's what I did. So biggest tip is fill your bathtub halfway, because you need to put some weight in your tub and you need to leave this half full while you are waiting for your sealant to set. So you'll see that mine isn't going on perfect, like half of it is, but I'm just using water and washing detergent in a bottle, because this stops it sticking to your finger. If you just rub it with your finger, it's gonna stick. So just spray your hand and the sealant with some water and detergent solution, and you can get that nice kind of even seal. I've seen people do a trick with masking tape. You can also do that as well to get a perfect seal. So this is how it's looking. I let it set for 24 hours and I left the water in the bathtub for 24 hours while I tackled this ugly corner. So as you can see, this seal just comes off, but it has gone yellow. So I put it in a bucket of bleach overnight with some other pieces from my bathtub, the likes of the toilet scrubby thing. So I popped them into a bucket of water for 24 hours and it did get the stain off it. Next up, I tackled my cabinet, and you would have seen me empty this cabinet out last year, and it was quite badly stained and damaged from, like, I think it was a burst fake tan bottle or something like that. So I gave it a good clean, but as I was doing it, I was like, you know what? I am going to give this a paint job, because, I mean, we're in lockdown, so I may as well just give it a little makeover. So I'm cleaning it with some degreaser, but like there was a lot of the stains were kind of still there, so I got all of the grime off, but some of the stains were just in the kind of veneer. So I decided to give it a paint job, and I followed my 3 golden rules of prep, prime and paint. So I gave it a good clean down, degreaser, light sanding, dusted it off, a coat of primer, and then I gave it 2 coats of the same colour paint that I did in the IKEA video from last week, which was Keystone and Colourtrend. And I like how this kind of green shade ties in with some of the other pieces in my house. And here's my audience, Miss Blondie and Miss Pepsi, who were supervising me as I pulled apart the bathroom. Now let's move on to the skirting boards. In the video, in the footage, it looks more white, but in real life, I don't know if you can see the discoloration, but basically I had used, stupidly, oil-based paint, which I think should be banned because there's no need for it really, only for certain jobs. And I used a cheap tin of oil-based white paint, and over time the oil pulls to the surface, which causes it to go yellow. So I cleaned them down, prepped them, and I'm putting a stain blocking primer over this paint, and I then went in with a coat of water-based satin finish paint, and I just refreshed up all of the woodwork, and they are nice, clean and white, and yeah, they just look white and not yellow white. So I'm happy with them. They just look so much more clean and neat. I had put these 2 shelves up to have extra storage, but as you can see, I just put clutter on them. So I'm giving them a wipe down, and I'm actually using wicker baskets to be practical as well as pretty, and I'm putting the likes of my kind of face cleanser stuff. Also, I don't need all of these bottles, so I did thin down on the bits that just had ends in them. So I've got like one for like hair stuff, one for makeup, skincare stuff, and then I have one for like creams that I have in the cabinet. But yeah, it's functional, but it also looks nice, because what was there before was just, I think I was just putting clutter, to be honest. So there is a few trinkets there, but overall it's functionality, and I tried to reduce my use of all of the plastic bottles by filling these up then, and then I can recycle the bottles. I do not have the sexiest taps at all. I would love to change the taps, but until I can kind of have a workman to do that for me, I am just going to try and revive what I already have, and I'm just using some lime scale remover. You can't really see it in the video, but there is some lime scale underneath and around. You can also use some mold remover as well, so I'm just giving it a little freshen up. I then just gave the rest of the bathroom a good deep clean while I was cleaning and tidying up, putting the seals back on, and I brought the cabinet back in and then styled it up. And yeah, keep watching and you can have a look and see how it is looking once it's all finished. One of the things I've noticed about being home more with lockdown part 3 is you kind of get like used to the dirt. That sounds terrible, but I find when you go to work and you're out of the house and then you come home and you're like, God, that, like you come home with fresh eyes. But when you're in the house a lot more, you're kind of, you don't see it as much. So I've been trying to tackle corners of my house that have just become, and especially with winter, because I'm just like, I like to hibernate in winter. It's not that I don't clean, it's just in spring and summer I'm a bit more like on it. Whereas winter, I think with the dark lighting as well, you don't see as much dirt. Okay, my memory card cut out. I am so sorry. I now have to talk fast because I don't know how long is left on the card. So when it comes to the tiles in the bathroom, because I know a few people might comment, because just on my last bathroom video people were saying about why don't I paint the tiles, and I have a confession. I have tested out paint on tiles and I don't like the feeling of it. It gives me that sensation, you know, like nails on a blackboard feeling. Here's a story for you. I remember I was in a pub and it was in town somewhere, and it was a rotten old pub, but they had a lovely pint of Guinness, it's always the way. And I went to the bathroom and I think there was carpet in it, like scaldy place. And I went to touch to get tissue, and my hand rubbed off the wall and it was brown painted tiles. And I was like, that's tiles. And it's painted. For me, a tile should feel like a tile. It's texture. It's shiny, it's easy to clean. So that's why I won't paint my tiles. The more I tested it, I just kept being brought back to that time I was in that pub with the brown painted tiles and carpet. Yeah, not a good memory. They did a lovely point though. God, I miss the points. Anyway, so one thing I would love is, I'd love just a classic, I think, because the bathroom is so small, having it nice and white and bright makes it feel a bit bigger. But I think I'd love to do maybe just a white herringbone tile, or just something simple. Subway might be nice as well, with a detailing, and change like the shower, and I think that would make it nice and calm. I have thought about ripping out the bath. So many homes are ripping out their baths nowadays, but I think I'd leave it because I like having the option, because I have an ensuite here with a shower. I'm waffling now, but that is my thoughts on painted tiles. You do you, ain't absolutely nothing wrong with them. I've seen people doing amazing makeovers. When I think of painted tiles, I'm just transported to that pub with the brown painted tiles. I'm even shivering thinking about it. I could see the roller marks and all. Anyway, I hope you got a bit of inspiration if you too have a mucky, mouldy bathroom like me. I love going for a wee now. It just feels nice and calm. And I haven't had a bath yet, but that's on my to-do list. I have the Sleepy Johnson's Baby lavender thing. I had it in a video last. There was like a cozy video. I'll put a card here anyway. And I slept like an absolute baby. So that is what I'm gonna do. So you know the drill. Cheeky thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in next week's video.